What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're at the Long Island TCG Show February monthly market meetup. We're going to see if we can get some insane cards for our collection, some cards to sell for our store, and see if we can get some saucy packs on top. So let's get right to it and see what we can get. So we just got back into our car, and let me say, that was probably one of the busiest shows that I've ever attended. Every table was packed. You had to wait into a line or just try to squeeze your way through. Luckily, I didn't bring any of my kids because that would have been an absolute chaotic mess if they were with me in that one. But we did pick up some really cool cards. We had a slow start, but we managed to ramp up. So let's go back home and see what singles we got for our collection.
So now that we made it back home, let's take a look at the singles that we picked up. Honestly, it was so chaotic that I don't even remember what cards we got here today, but I do know that we checked off a bunch of boxes of some things that we were looking for, and we did spend the $100 for our challenge quite well, in my opinion. So let's dive into the cards that we added to our collection and the cards that we're adding to our shop. So with the cards that we picked up, you can really break them down into two separate groups. Cards that I'm going to keep for my personal collection and cards that I'm probably going to list in my shop. Over the past few months, we've seen a pretty big trend in what our customers are interested in some of the singles that they're looking for. So we wanted to make sure that when we went to the show today, we were able to pick up some of those cards that we're able to sell to people that are interested in buying these cards. So I do have a pretty good stack here that are considered to be the ones that we're going to list in our shop. And then we have a small stack here of cards that we're going to add to our personal collection. Trying to check off some boxes of sets that we're looking to complete. So let's look at some of the cards that we're going to add to our shop and some cards that we think overall are just really good cards for people to collect, and we're hoping that we can get them in a new home soon. Let's take a look. So for this stack here, we're going to break it up into two different groups. So the most popular Pokemon right now, especially with the hype of prismatic evolutions, we had to make sure we picked up some nice evolutions. The Glaceon and the Espeon from Evolving Skies, beautiful cards. And then we picked up some Japanese Terrestrial Festival evolutions, the Leafeon, the Sylveon, another Sylveon, a beautiful Umbreon, Jolteon, and an Espeon. So not all of the evolutions in the set, but some really beautiful Terra cards that we're going to be adding to the shop here soon, as well as some V cards. Let me know in the comments if these are any cards that you like or if these are cards that you collect. Beautiful pickups though. Really excited about these. Got these at a really good price as well. So excited to pick these up, and hopefully everyone gets a chance to enjoy them as well. Over the past few weeks in a lot of my live streams, I've mentioned the hype around trainer galleries and art rares. We've seen it a lot with some recent cards in the hobby, but I think that there's still a lot of cards out there now that have really low entry points in terms of where they are priced with their price point, and there's an opportunity for those cards to grow as well over the next few years. So we wanted to make sure we also picked up some Trainer Gallery and Galarian Gallery cards to add to our collection, as well as list out to new members that are looking to maybe grow their collection or start something. But all of these cards are going to be rather Galarian Gallery, Trainer Gallery, and overall just really enjoy the artwork on these. I think these cards are super underrated right now just because they may not be a super popular Pokemon. I think they may be getting not as much love as some of the OGs, you can say. But overall, some of these cards, especially being from the Sword and Shield era, I think are only going to go up over time. And like I said, we've seen it go with a bunch of cards. We also picked up some Japanese art rares. Now, a lot of times you can actually get these cards for a lot cheaper than the English counterpart. So if there's ever cards that you're looking to collect that may be a little bit out of your price range for English, look at it in Japanese and you can probably get it, like I said, at half if not a third of the cost. Not really sure why. We also got this beautiful Pikachu from the 25th anniversary. Abominable. Nice. And then we also picked up additional Galarian Gallery, Trainer Gallery cards, Roserade. Castform seems to be pretty popular too. Paris. This card is actually one of the cards we picked up in our monthly binder series. If you haven't got a chance to watch that, check out our live videos. Every month we go live with $60 and go on TCG Player to pick up different singles that we think are going to go up in value over time. This card is actually, I think, about $1, but I really love the artwork. I love the Rillaboom in the back playing the drums, the Obstagoon singing. I think this card is super cool, and even if it doesn't go up in value over time, I'm just really pumped to have one of these in my collection, and now, you know, someone has an opportunity to get it as well. We got the Swablu, Galarian Gallery, the Voltorb, hiding behind a tree, Duskull, Comfy, and then this is one of the cards I think is really cool as well, the Electivire. Super off-center, not a PSA 10 at all, but really cool card. The Magmortar card, that's the opposite of this one, super clean as too. I don't have that one, but maybe next time it's a good one to collect. But let me know in the comments, what is your favorite card from this stack? A lot of beautiful art rares, a lot of Trainer Galleries, Galarian Galleries. We got these at a pretty good price point, so I think these are going to look great in someone else's collection. I have a bunch of these cards myself and mine, and now we're gonna get these listed soon, so cool. Let's get to the cards I'm adding to my collection. I'm really excited to look through these again. So I'm pretty picky in with what I like to collect. I'm a big Charizard fan. If you ever jumped into one of my live streams, you see a lot of my Charizard cards, or even some of my short videos, you'll see a lot of Charizard cards in my collection. So outside of Charizards, I also like collecting older vintage sets. I have base set all the way through the Neo series completed, and I'm just a few holos away from finishing the Neo Revelation set. So I did want to make sure in today's TCG meetup that I did look out for those Neo Rev holos and some of the common, uncommons, and rares just to finish those last few that I need. And I did get a chance to find a few of those cards, which we'll get to. But I also like collecting, like I said, cards that I think that are going to go up in value over time. And I also really enjoy some vintage cards, especially from like the Holland Phantoms era. So we did pick up, I think we're going to get about 4 or 5 of these to our personal collection. The first one being this beautiful Kabutops Delta species from Holland Phantoms. Now this isn't the reverse holo stamp that has the stamp right here with the purple, which I think would have been even cooler. But I really love an OG Kabutops from the 151. I love Delta species. And for $5 lightly played, I mean, this is a super clean card. I can't complain about spending $5 on this one. So let me know in the comments if you think this is a cool card. I sure do. So I'm happy to have that one get added to our collection. The next card here, it actually ticks off one of the boxes for that Neo Rev, like I mentioned. We have a first edition Celebi. Now, I wasn't necessarily hunting for first edition, but this vendor finally had a copy, and I've been looking for one of these cards for so long now. So I said, you know what, let's get it. And on top of that, they also did have the Holo Crobat, which we've been looking for. If you watched our last monthly meetup challenge, we couldn't even find a single Crobat, and we finally found one in pretty good condition too. Lightly played, little whitening up top, but overall, a card that's going to go right into our personal collection. Checking off another box of Neo Rev. So 2 of those cards completed. Now we're just missing, I think, the Houndoom. We picked up this Magnezone. I'm a big fan of the Pokemon having other Pokemon in it, so I really like this artwork. I have a few cards in my collection that are similar in terms of having, you know, Pokemon with other Pokemon in it, like the Toxicity that you saw before. So I like this card and figured that would be a good one to add. And then one of the biggest cards I think that's going to go up over time is this beautiful Lapras. I think this card is severely underrated. I think it was $10 at the time of this video. And you have additional Laprases in the back, Carvana, you have a Mantine, I don't even know who that is up top right there, but a bunch of Pokemon in the back here. So outside of it, checking the box of having Pokemon surrounding the main one, I think it's just a beautiful card, and it's a 151. So once again, it checks a lot of boxes of what I like to collect. So I wanted to get this one to add to my collection. But let me know in the comments if you think this is a beautiful card. Alright, so one thing that I always talk about on the channel is the importance or just the benefits of buying Pokemon singles. Today we went to the Long Island TCG Show with $100 in cash, and we walked out with this entire stack of Pokemon cards. We had some great deals. We offered different amounts based off of maybe the bundles that we were purchasing, if we were buying a lot of cards, if we were comparing prices on TCG Player or eBay. Just having those conversations with those vendors to make deals, you'll be surprised that you'll have an opportunity to get some good cards at a good price, and we did just that. I always like to make the comparison that with some of the cards that are out there today, like the Prismatic Evolutions ETB, or some of the other popular sets out there now that have Elite Trainer boxes or other cards prices at $100 a box, you may not pull a single card. But if you look right here, this is what $100 in singles can get you. And I would bet that a lot of my subscribers and a lot of people that are watching this video right now would be pretty happy with this amount of hits compared to maybe a couple of EXs or maybe one SIR if you're lucky from Prismatic or another set. So if you are struggling with packs, if you're trying to grow a collection, go through singles, go to these different card stores, go to your local game store, know your prices of where you want to buy. Know when you're maybe seeing a card that's priced a little bit out of your range, or even one that's maybe not where you want to pay in terms of market. But there are tons of options out there for you to buy cards that you like, and try to keep it to that collection of what you like to do. Rather it be a certain Pokemon, a certain set, a certain maybe type of Pokemon. There's different ways to collect for everybody, and you can get in at any price point. I think these Galarian Gallery, Trainer Gallery, and Art Rares are going to be some of the most sought after cards over time, just due to the fact that they have some of the coolest artwork out there. So now is a great time to get these while you can. So we'll see. I think these are great pickups. I'm really excited. I know a lot of people that have subscribed to the channel really like the evolutions. So make sure you do check out our Mercari page. We do have a lot of listings up, and we're constantly posting cards to it there all the time. So that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know down in the comments if you think that we spent that $100 well, or if you think that we made some bad decisions, some of the cards that we picked up. Overall, I think we added some really cool cards to our personal collection, and we're going to be able to get a lot of cool cards out to you all in our Mercari store and other videos, and potentially give some away in future live streams as well. So if you enjoyed this content and you want to see more, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and drop a comment. I appreciate everyone taking the time to watch this video. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their day. Stay saucy, my friends. I'll see you next time.